The year is 2001, and after the release of Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, Toho was looking for a new, fresh take on the Godzilla franchise. They looked to director Shusuke Kaneko, director of the famed 90s Gamera trilogy, for a new, darker take on the character. After a rotating cast of monsters and scripts came through, it resulted in the 2001 film Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, which is my favorite Godzilla movie ever. I could talk for well over an hour about everything that I love in GMK, but just know it's a very sentimental movie to me. It was one I grew up loving, and it was my #1 as a kid, and it still is today. It's one of the very few Godzilla films that delves into more mystical elements of the character rather than purely scientific. I think its human story is really strong, its monster action is really strong. Many of what people would call the best Godzilla movies, your 54, Shin, -1, they're all solo Godzilla movies, but GMK is a full-on monster rumble movie, but it still makes it time to have a really strong human story that's on par with those 3 movies. In the film, Godzilla fights 3 guardian monsters, Baragon, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. So let's go in that order and start with the Baragon figures I have. This is the 8-inch movie monster series Baragon. I know he doesn't look like he's 8 inches, but he scales with the other 8-inch figures released in the movie. Baragon is just really small. This is one of the most nostalgic figures in this video for me. I grew up with this figure. This might be actually the oldest figure I have in this video. Not oldest timeline-wise, I mean oldest as in this is the one I've had the longest. I got him all the way back at G-Fest in 2017, my very first year ever. I was like, maybe 13 years old, 12. I'd have to look into it, but I was young. He fetches a hefty price these days, especially with how popular Baragon is here in the States. But back then, I think I got him for maybe $25, $30 without the tag. So yeah, he's a very, very plain and simple Bandai figure. Yeah, he's cool. Get him if you ever see him for a good price, but do not pay the eBay prices that this thing goes for now. Paying $80 for this is not worth it, I'm telling you. They're also probably going to do a new one soon anyway, so. This is the only theater exclusive in this video, and it's the theater exclusive Baragon. I got this back at G-Fest in 2024 when suit actress Rie Ota was there, which of course meant I had to get the tag signed by her. It was really cool meeting her. This is one of the only tags I have signed by a suit actor. Most of them I get signed by just, regular actors. So yeah, really cool experience overall, and just another really cool figure to add to my GMK collection. Everything I really said about this figure can be said here. What's weird is you can actually find this one for cheaper a lot of the time compared to the regular one. I know there's another version of this that was done for the Bandai Museum that's a transparent orange, I think. This show's not encyclopedic, okay? This show's conversational, so apologies if I get anything wrong. But yeah, the orange one's cool, but I do like this kind of like coral, dull pink they put this figure in. It's very bright on camera, but in real life it's a lot more pale. I don't know, I think it's an even more fitting color than just making this like a transparent red. So yeah, look at that, 2 Baragons, isn't that awesome? That was the god of the earth. Now let's talk about the god of the sea, Mothra. This is the 8-inch Bandai movie monster series Mothra from when the movie came out. Of the 3 8-inch guardian monsters, this is the last one I had to get, so for a while there I had only Baragon and Ghidorah and no Mothra, and it really bothered me. So finally, at G-Fest 2023, I walked into the dealer's room on Friday morning on a mission to get this figure. And I got it at Beast of the East Collectibles, shout out to them, for only $60. Which is even better because it came with the tag. I really don't have much to say on this one. It's really well painted. These older Mothra figures that have paint actually under the wings and not just like weird slapdashed whatever like the modern ones is always nice. She really only moves at the head and then these 2 back legs. But if you collect a lot of the Bandai Mothras, this is going to be one of the bigger ones on your shelf. Mostly because she's, a giant 8-inch scale. So yeah, that's all for Mothra. Okay. Weird story with this one. If you've been watching this show for any amount of time, you know I can pull out any figure and tell you where I got it, how much I got it for, what it means to me. This is one of the only ones in my whole collection where I don't remember where I got this. I know it was between 2017 and 2023, and it was definitely before the modern years of G-Fest. My best guess would be somewhere around 2018 to 2019. I've looked through old photos and tried to figure it out, but I really wasn't good at taking old photos of my collection back before maybe 2021. So this is just some weird like phantom figure in my collection. I don't know where it came from. I don't know when I got it. It's cool. I'm really glad I have it, but it like genuinely puzzles me. Where did I get this thing? He's really cool though. I love him. He is a major shelf hog. I mean, Bandai Ghidorahs in general are already shelf hogs, but the hunched over position on this one, how wide the wings go to the side, how the tail just juts out straight with no curve at all. When you're building up a shelf of figures, you have to put this one in first and build the other figures around it. It's not that big of a deal, but it does get a little annoying after a while. When they announced that they were doing a brand new Godzilla and Ghidorah, we all kind of knew the new Ghidorah would be smaller, and secretly I was kind of crossing my fingers. Maybe that one won't just be a downscaled version of this, but it'll be downscaled and the wings will be folded in like when he first emerges in Yokohama for the final battle. His wings only unfurl once he's, taken Mothra's energy in. But no, that one is just kind of a smaller version of that. There's that cool Operation Jet Jaguar peach ring looking version of it that I really do need to get though. That one looks really cool. I'd also like to just get the normal one and maybe get it painted to look like the Operation Jet Jaguar one. Sort of the dirty gold and the blank irises like Godzilla. It'd be cool to have an Operation Jet Jaguar and a Great Monster Battle Ghidorah in my collection. Same goes for that G-Claw Jet Jaguar I really need to get. Back to Ghidorah. Once again, the articulation's pretty limited. He moves here at the legs, his little chicken feet, and then his neck's turn and his head's turn. Painted really well, looks really good. If you want to get a GMK Ghidorah, or really if you want to get any of the Guardian monsters, definitely hunt down these old 8-inch ones. They're so much better than the alternatives and they're worth the money. Unless you're Baragon, don't pay $80 for Baragon. Don't pay $90 for Baragon, okay? Please. Before we talk about all my Godzillas, we gotta talk about this little set of minis that I have. Right around the time of GMK's release, Bandai did a set of minis of all the monsters from the movie. So we got Godzilla, who's a little more hunched over. He almost looks like his sort of Tyrannosaurus position they were originally gonna put him in. We have Mothra with her legs splayed out and also her cocoon. Baragon, who's probably the best painted one in the entire set because of this bright red back. And then King Ghidorah, who's looking very green. I've seen photos of this thing when it first came out, and it was gold. I just think the plastic they use turns green over time. So yeah, if you ever get this thing, expect Ghidorah to be green and not gold. It's cool. It might let off some sort of dangerous toxin into my house. It might be giving me the brain damage that's making me do all these videos. I don't know. We'll see the side effects of that in like 15 years. All right, I'm bored. Gotta talk about Godzilla. I'm sick of it. Let's do it. The Bandai Movie Monster Series. GMK Godzilla 2001. This is the modern one that came out only a few years ago. It's the very first time Bandai Japan's ever done a 6-inch version of the GMK Godzilla. There's the old Bandai America one from back in the day, but this is the very first time Japanese Bandai's done. And he's alright. He's cool. Nothing really to write home about here, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not, like, super impressed with him or anything, but he does the job sufficiently well for what he is. Unlike the old 8-inch one, he does not move at the neck, his arms do move, and his legs move as well. There's a glue seal on the tail if you're crazy and you want to break that. Really, one of the best things I can say about this figure is that they actually molded in Godzilla's little ears that the GMK version has. Most figures ignore that, but it actually is here. Let's talk about this guy's bigger, older, cooler, better brother, the Bandai Hyper Hobby GMK Godzilla. I got this guy only a few years ago off eBay for a steal, and I couldn't be happier. I think if you really held me to it, like really pressed me about my favorite Godzilla figure of all time, this might very well be it. He's like if Bandai went all in on doing Safubis. Like, this mold and the colors and everything feels so much like an M1 or even a Gigabrain, but it's still distinctly a Bandai vinyl. Like, this is the perfect toy for me. The golden spines are really pretty. Unlike the infamous Godzilla Forever Resurrected Godzilla, otherwise known as Disco Godzilla, that figure has gold on the outside and it flakes off very easily, and the more gold that flakes off, the less it's worth. This one's glitter is actually embedded in the vinyl. So you might be wondering, how can we see the gold if the figure is black? Well, that's because this is actually a clear, transparent figure. It's completely clear with the glitter in the vinyl, and they painted it black on the inside. It's pretty hard to get on camera, but if you see this figure in person, you'll notice this figure has sort of like a ghostly outline to it, because that's the clear vinyl. The vinyl's fairly thick, so you can see where the paint ends and the vinyl is clear. It's so cool. I've never seen another figure that does this trick, but it's so cool. I love it so much. This one has lived on my desk for a very long time now. If you ever see this figure, absolutely get it. Genuinely, if I ever get the opportunity to meet Shusuke Kaneko, the director of GMK, I'm probably gonna buy another one that's tagged just to get that one signed. I would not mind owning 2 of these. And here you can see how much bigger he is than the new one as well. And because I mentioned it earlier, here he is with Baragon. I know the scaling might look off, but if you've seen GMK, you know Baragon is very small in that movie. Next is the SH Monster Arts GMK Godzilla. He's pretty cool. I like him a lot. He's definitely one of my oldest monster arts left in my collection. I've been selling them all off slowly. I'm probably going to keep this one forever because he's the GMK Godzilla. It'd be kind of weird if I didn't have this. And I really do like him a lot. He's one of my favorite monster arts. I have a couple problems with them, only a few. These teeth have always bothered me. I've had this figure for nearly 10 years, and these teeth still bother me every day. They're a bright, neon Cheez-It orange. They're not like this in the movie. They're more like a regular bone color. I really don't know why they made them this Cheez-It orange. This one was sculpted by famed Godzilla sculptor Yuji Sakai, who, if you've ever seen his versions of GMK, you know it has a very pronounced eyebrow as well. So yeah, the eyebrow is a little much, but also Monster Arts figures are only somewhat screen accurate. They do take a lot of liberties. And that goes for literally every Monster Arts ever. Very few of them are actually aiming for full screen accuracy. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Makes for a better figure usually. As yeah, SH Monster Arts GMK Godzilla. Like normal with SH Monster Arts figures, I'm not going to go over the articulation. There's other people who can do that. It'll take too long. We're just breezing through this one. This one's just flying by. There's no GMK figure in the 50th anniversary memorial box, but like all the other classic era movies, it does have a card. And there's that card. Look at that. It looks exactly like the other ones. Here is the Yuji Sakai diorama for GMK. This one is very, very cool. It has Godzilla landing at Yaizu Harbor. It even has a little boat that Godzilla sneaks up on and it falls into the camera. Not to take anything away from how cool Godzilla looks here, this water looks really cool. It's got this kind of like green and yellow look. It doesn't look like this in the movie at all, but I don't know, I've always thought it looked really cool. If you ever get this one, just know the tail is going to come off all the time. The tail on this one does not like to stay in. And now it's time for the final thing in the video. I've never really talked about these before because I've never had an opportunity to, but it's the Godzilla all-movie DVD collector set version of GMK. If you don't know what these are, let me tell you. These are Japanese DVD boxes for almost all the Godzilla movies. These were done in Japan in the mid to late 2010s, and they're giant DVD boxes. They of course contain a DVD of the Japanese version of the film, but that's not why I get them. They come with these huge posters and all these little extras too. And they're really nice prints too. So if you ever want to get a really nice poster of your favorite Godzilla movie, try and hunt down the DVD box of it. The show movies are a little better because they usually come with more theater program stuff, but the Millennium films don't skimp out either. It comes with a full reprint of the original theater program for GMK, including a spread with some of the toys we talked about here. And then the posters are kept in a little plastic thing here, all folded up. That's the one thing, the posters are going to come folded, so if you don't want, posters with lots of folds in them, then, maybe avoid these. You can't really get rid of them, but if you run your finger across the side that kind of points up like this, you can mostly get rid of them to where they're unnoticeable. And if you hang them on your wall, they do just kind of naturally go away over time a little more. If you know where to look, you can get these for pretty good prices, but sometimes they're going to be a lot of money. So stay smart out there, don't pay more than maybe $40 for even one of these. Even then, $40 would be like, I would just wait for a better deal at that point. Honestly, the best deals I've ever seen for these things are at G-Fest and other conventions like it. And there it is, all laid out. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to share it with somebody who you think might like it. If you want to see even more GMK stuff, make sure to check out my friend Sam the Gigan Fan's new video that's coming out at the same time as this one. It'll be on screen now, and it'll also be on the end screen. And if you want to see someone talk about more toys, my friend Kamada Kizzle just put out his Kaiju Brooklyn haul, which was edited by me. So that's on screen here. That'll also be on the end screen. Make sure to check out both those guys. Make sure to subscribe to both those guys. Once again, G-Fest all weekend. I'll be there. Come say hi. Thank you so much for your support on the last video. I was super duper proud with how that video came out. I really think it is my best video I've done so far in this kind of style. And it actually got over 1,000 views, and I got like 40 subscribers from it. So to everybody who supported that one, thank you very much. Hopefully maybe you'll show some love on this one too. All right, I'll see ya.